Well, good evening and happy Easter. We hope that you're having a great and a blessed Easter Sunday. My name is Ryan Fernandez, and in a bit, I'll be introducing our speaker for this week's Syzygy Optimal Health. I want to welcome each and every one of you. Some of you are with us on Zoom. Others may be on Facebook Live, wherever you are. If you're traveling, if you're out of town, if you're with family, that's fantastic, and we hope that you are safe. Every week, we at Syzygy, we share a topic on optimal health, not just on fitness or dieting, but on overall holistic health. And that includes the way that we think. And we are moving on to our second quarter of the year. Time moves fast. I know some of you are excited for summer. And one of the things that we usually take for granted is our attitude. You know, when we think of health, we think of our physical attributes, our physical well-being, but not so much our mind, our attitude, our way of thinking. But tonight, we will be learning more about that and how to develop more grit, how to develop a more positive attitude, and develop what's called mind fitness. Are you fit when it comes to your mind? So we're going to learn that tonight from our guest speaker. I do want to welcome some of you who are typing in the chat box. I invited some of you to share where you're from and what you do. So we have Ian Adela, who's watching us all the way from Cebu and also greeting us for Easter. Thank you so much, Ian. And I know some of you are also in different parts, Manila and other major cities. Now, I don't want to waste any more of your time. During part one, our speaker will be sharing her topic. After that, we could have a bit of Q&A with her. But I do want to share that tonight's event is also sponsored by Nutrilite. Nutrilite is the world's oldest and largest vitamin and supplement company, and also Artistry, which is one of the world's top leading skincare brands. So you might be wondering what the skin fitness and supplementation have to do with mind fitness. Well, those things are interconnected when it comes to optimal health. So tonight, we're going to learn from somebody who is no stranger to our program. She is a child education consultant, working with many different kinds of children. She is based in Cebu and is also one of our wellness coaches at our Syzygy Optimal Health program. So friends online, let's welcome to the virtual floor our speaker on Master Mind Fitness, Miss Romina Rizarri. Hi, Romina.
Hi, Ryan. Thank you. I'm honored to be introduced by you. And happy Easter to everybody. I know some of us are still enjoying the rest of today, and maybe you're distracted, or maybe you're looking for a happy break. I hope I will be that. A little request. No? When Ryan gave me this idea, he suggested that it will be interactive. So please indulge me when I ask everybody to participate later on and try a few exercises. Welcome to another class for Syzygy Optimal Health. I am really glad you can join us today. We will learn to mastermind or plan our fitness program today, especially the mind fitness. It's in a different color. I emphasize mind because it will help you remember the big ideas of this class. But another meaning for mind for me, for this class, would be to refer to the way we attend to things, the way we focus to tasks, and the way we recall what we need to remember, and the way we solve our problems, even carry out solutions and understand our feelings. Okay, so we're going to tackle mind fitness in terms of the four big words: mindset, integration, numbers, and discipline. Our goal is the best health possible. That's optimal health. And fitness is achieving health and the absence of disease. I will use mind to help us remember the four keys: a right mindset, an integrated approach to solutions, the process of managing goals with numbers, and embracing the discipline of habits and accountability. I hope you can discover useful ideas for your fitness journey. Before we begin, let's have a mind game. Okay, I'll stop sharing my screen already. I hope you will participate. I'll try to see who among you will participate. Please try doing this exercise with me for 30 seconds as fast as you can. You please open your videos. It will encourage the others to follow. I will demonstrate the exercise clearly right now. And the first exercise is supposed to improve our attention and focus. Mind you, these exercises have been scientifically proven to help children with attention problems. So if you are a parent, this might help your child. So I will demonstrate. You clasp two hands. You spread out the fingers of one hand. Then you clasp them again. You spread out the fingers of the other hand. So it's really just like that. And then when I say go, I have my timer on. You will focus on counting how many sets you can make in 30 seconds. Ready, set, go. Go ahead. How many can you make for 30 seconds? Last 14 seconds. Time's up. I'm curious. Were you able to do 10 more? Were you able to do 20? No? Oh, 30. Amazing. 30 seconds and then 30 sets. So that's 1 second at a time. Okay, thank you for indulging. That will be the first exercise. Let me share again my screen. It's going to be, it says here I have to go to, oops, sorry. There. My timer is working again. Okay, so that's the first exercise. There will only be 4. No? Okay, all breakthroughs begin with a change in mindset. No, we have to begin with a purpose before a plan. So you have to ask, why is change necessary? Create a compelling vision where a healthy lifestyle is greatly pleasurable versus status quo, which is headed for maybe a scary, painful outcome like disease or even death. Sean Acor, very popular for writing Happiness Advantage, says strive to see purpose, growth, and hope. Happiness is joy, felt striving after potential. Carol Dweck, another author of Mindset, was right. She said we need a growth mindset, especially for fitness. So try to add these to your mantra. I can overcome challenges, or I can overcome fears. I can learn. I can learn in different ways. My learning is unique and it can make a difference when it is shared. To change my mindset daily, I reflect on 4 G's. The first G is grace. I think about my favorite blessing for the day. Another G is gift. I ask myself, how did I serve another today? Another person. Who was that? What did I do? Another G would be goal. What is my next step? And finally, my last G is God. What do I pray for? Okay, so are you ready for another mind game? It's going to be 4 mind games. So we're going to the second one. So try doing this exercise for another 30 seconds as fast as you can. So we already have a high score, no? One can do it for 1 second, 1 set. You may open your videos. I encourage that so others will follow. I will demonstrate it slowly, and this exercise will improve our memory for patterns. So the fingers kiss, and then a palm opens. And then the fingers kiss, another palm open. So it will be this fast. Okay? So you're going to count again for 30 seconds. I will say go. Start. You count how many sets you can do until I say time is up. Last 10 seconds. Bumilis. Last 5. I'm enjoying watching everybody. Okay, stop. I'm curious. How many did you write? Did you? Somebody's 32. I don't. You're even faster than 1 second. Okay, okay. So I think you practiced. Maybe some are familiar. No, this is not your first time. I know this module has been done again, but Ryan asked me to do it. I'm glad you might have been practicing. This will help prevent Alzheimer's. So that's always good. Hang on. Let me find, oh no, which one do I open? This is the problem with sharing my screen. I'm confused. Okay. I have to go here. Okay. There. Integration is key to understanding our health. Our body integrates different systems, the nervous system, cardiovascular system, respiratory system, and more. Our ability to think and learn integrates our experience and our environment. Our spirit integrates our dreams and our beliefs. We may have a specific health challenge like hypertension, obesity, high blood sugar, and more, but understanding the effects and treatment for such a condition is best through an integrated approach. We integrate the mind, body, and spirit. The body might be having high blood pressure or high blood sugar readings at the onset. More reflection will lead us to understand that our diet, our sedentary activity pattern, maybe our ideas on aging influence the diagnosis of hypertension and type 2 diabetes. Our medications to address these symptoms will affect other parts of the body too, long term. Doctors need to integrate their intervention programs. See doctors who will guide you through the lifestyle changes you need, not only for prescriptions. Jim Collins said, "We are not imprisoned by our circumstances. We are freed by our choices." Why not explore the resources of your mind, body, and spirit? Why not overcome unhealthy choices and habits that influence the health of your mind, body, and spirit? Why not set new goals and start new habits to promote the health of your mind, body, and spirit? Sean Acor said a positive brain is motivated, efficient, resilient, creative, and productive. Why not see the possibility of optimal health? Why not eat for healing? Eat on a schedule so the body has time to use stored sugar and stored fat. So the body can break down old protein and recycle amino acids. So the body can produce growth hormone for repair of tissue and muscle. Why not eat what the body needs? Essential proteins and essential fats. Why not take supplements to fill gaps in nutrition? Because what we eat is usually limited in quality and variety. Why not move for more energy, for flexibility, for balance, endurance, for strength training, and more? Why not advocate for health? Why not encourage family and friends to take positive steps to improving their health profile? Why not start health habits in the next 12 weeks? Are you ready for another mind game? Let's see. I already did the fingers kiss. Okay. Please try doing the exercise for another 30 seconds as well as you can. Now, your videos, if they are open, will encourage others to follow, and there are more demonstrating. I will demonstrate the exercise that improves our thinking in sequence. Okay, so one hand shows 1 and the other hand shows 2. And then you switch. This is 1, this is 2. So it's going to be like that. You're switching. Okay, you will do it for 30 seconds, starting now. Count how many sets you can make. Wow, bilis. Some hindi kaya, tumawa na lang. It's okay. 15 seconds to go. Eight. Stop. I'm curious. How many did you do? Hindi na lumalabas. 45? I'm so impressed with this group. I'm talking to very sharp people. Okay, fine. Sige, let's go back to sharing my screen. Oops, I have to click share screen. We're done with that. Here. Okay. Let's go to center view. Just went back. Okay, numbers personalize our goals. Great goals are the following. It applies for any goal you would like to write. First, they are personal. Why not me? Indeed, the best goals are personal. So write your goals beginning with the word I. Finally, I is important. Okay. Another thing about goals is they should be positive. Use words to spark passion, to remind you of your compelling why. Goals should be present, in the present tense. Work with baselines. What is your current blood pressure? What's your current blood sugar? Your weight, maybe your waist circumference. That's more important for us. Your current eating schedule, your current prescription plan, other lab test results maybe. Goals are also practical. Strive for a realistic stretch. You must be able to see the target to be able to hit it. And then goals are also prioritized. Work with dates or deadlines. Embrace weekly deadlines for habits, and we have repeat laboratory tests in 3 months or longer. And finally, goals are printed. Display them. Keep reminders of your goals. You may use your gadgets to even track progress. Goals help us measure increments of change from baseline and also progress. Are you ready for the last mind game? We will still do it for another 30 seconds. You will still count as well as you can. This exercise is supposed to demonstrate our creativity when solving problems. It's the hardest. Okay, you're going to show 2 hands. You're going to use both hands. So when I call out a number, let's say I say 10, you have to use both hands. When I say 2, this is not a correct answer because you're not using this hand. You have to do this. Both hands have to work. Look, do that. This is 4. Okay, so this is 2. This is 10. Okay, so I will call. This is not 30 seconds, pala. I will just say the number and let's see who can do it correctly. Okay, 6. Come on. Oh, correct. 2 hands. Okay. 3. 3. Let's wait. Oh, good. 9. Oh, kopyahan na. 4. Okay. 8, 5. Mahirap when you're not looking at your hands, no? Okay. 7. Thank you. I only see 3 who are really participating. I hope you had fun. The purpose of that is actually to help the child, no? Not you, but to help the child to keep themselves engaged. So I hope you enjoyed it, no? And you can also share these goals to your family. Okay, now let's work. Let's work hard. Let's do the rest. We will study discipline last. Let's learn to prioritize habits. Why not now? Marshall Goldsmith, the author of Triggers, said, self-discipline is achieving desirable behavior. For this class, we will call them the new habits. And self-control is avoiding undesirable behavior. For this class, we will call them old habits. To design a new habit, we need 3 R's: a reason, a routine, and a reward. Reason tells us why we need a new habit. Routine tells us how to do the habit or the context. Where to do the habit, when to do the habit, what behavior do we do? And finally, reward tells us what we achieve once the habit is in place. For example, reason may be become a healthy parent of a young child and reverse type 2 diabetes. The routine could be last meal ends at 6 p.m. and first meal starts at 10 a.m. the next day. And finally, the reward is fasting 16 hours daily will improve the blood sugar levels in the body naturally without medications or maybe insulin injections needed once diabetes is reversed. Another 3 R's would explain our strategy. We repeat this new habit to reinforce our recall. I suggest we work on 84 days or 12 weeks, even longer. For some of us, the habits are sustained for months and years. James Clear said, new habits need to be obvious, attractive, easy to do, and satisfying. Old habits are replaced because they were invisible, repulsive, difficult to do, and frustrating. Let us explore more examples. The first one is to make it obvious, the new habit, or make it invisible, the old habit. So for new habits, display your supplements at meal times. It is actually the easiest habit to begin with. Start with a great multi. Nutrilite Double X has essential vitamins, essential minerals, and 21 plant concentrates. Studies have already established the role of magnesium, B vitamins, and zinc in promoting mental health. Omega-3 also helps treat depression. The Nutrilite Omega-3 is unique. It is certified by the Council for Responsible Nutrition to be completely free of heavy metals. And you would want to ingest omega at that concentrated level that is completely safe. Okay? Amino acids are also needed to produce dopamine and serotonin, and they prevent or treat anxiety and depression. Nutrilite All Plant Protein gives essential amino acids at 100% bioavailability. It is completely absorbed by the body. It is worthwhile investing in Nutrilite for your mental fitness. Fill the refrigerator and pantry with low-carb food and drinks. Healthy choices should be obvious every time you feel hungry. Have lots of protein. We talked about the value of amino acids and mental health. Healthy fat, nuts, seeds, eggs, vegetables, and low-carb fruits like avocado, which is also high in essential fats. What about old habits? Stop buying food and drinks that make you sick. The cola drinks, the juice, the iced tea, the cookies, the chips, the chocolates, the ice cream, mahaba na ba? Cakes, cereals, pastries, and more. It is easier to avoid temptation than to resist it. You cannot eat what is not available when you experience craving for dessert or snack. Another discipline is to make it attractive for the new habits or make it repulsive for the old habits. So for new habits, explore new things about your meals. Add more color or vegetables. Fill the plate because sometimes we think we need to fill it with pasta or rice. You can fill it with vegetables. Explore new smells from different seasonings, like lemon and herbs. Appreciate new tastes because this time you have stopped eating just sweet things and you will finally be ready to discover other flavors you might like. What about the old habit? At a store, I would read labels on my favorite boxes of cereals, chips, cookies, or ice cream. I look for additives, preservatives, hidden sugars, basically chemicals I cannot spell easily, and carb content. It discourages me from buying that day. For example, if you look at this picture, you're going to see that one serving, it says there, has 26 grams of carbohydrates and 26 grams of sugar. But we usually consume the box, right? Especially if it's a snack, not one serving. So that means I will be eating 4 servings, not just one. So if I decide to take this snack, it will be 104 grams of carbohydrates for me and 104 grams of sugar. That's enough to stop me from buying. How about you? Another suggestion is to make it easy for new habits or to make it difficult to do for old habits. So new habits, I count down. This is by, what's her name? Oh, I forgot her name. She wrote the 5-second rule. Anyway, count down 5 seconds. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then decide to do already what you wanted, what new habit you want to start with. For example, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then drink a glass of water before your meal, or take supplements after a meal, or wear your fitness tracker, or wear your running shoes on a schedule. Maybe eat dinner early, or even turn off your Wi-Fi connection on devices when it is time to sleep. How about old habits? You count up. Okay, delay an old habit by at least 20 seconds. It's enough to distract you already. Okay, so you will count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as many numbers as you can. Like I do not make breakfast earlier than 7:30 in the morning. Or I drink 2 liters of water before I think about drinking juice or coffee. You might be able to share later at the breakout room what new habits you want to promote and what you want to count up to, the old habits you want to delay. And finally, make it satisfying for new habits or frustrating for old ones. Learn to count the hours of sleep and steps for the day. I use a fitness tracker like that, and then my phone tells me how long I slept. Learn to count your fasting hours too. So you may also record your scores in your phone or device for convenience, whatever it is that you keep checking and looking at. Okay. Consider apps that can help you estimate total carbs for the day. I put there a cheat sheet, or you can ask Google, or you can use an app like Carb Manager. Now, those are available. Old habits, what do? We make it frustrating. So in my case, I pay. I pay for my big meals. If I don't have a cheat day, I have a big meal. Because if I call it a cheat day, I might be eating more cheat meals for that day. Okay, so when I have a big meal, I add fasting hours the next day, and I lessen my carb count the next day, and I add more steps to help me burn the big meal. That's frustrating enough for me. It may be helpful for you to try the same way. And finally, on discipline, we prioritize WAM. We call that the weekly accountability meeting. Now, we have a habit of counseling with our coach weekly. Your coach can be a medical professional for reversing diseases, or he can be somebody who practices the habits we promote and can help you write your goals weekly. Report scores and milestones to your coach. We report blood pressure readings, blood sugar readings, fasting hours, carb count, steps, medication, supplements taken daily, and more. Practice accountability and be motivated by desired outcomes or small wins. Brian Moran was right. Accountability is not consequences, it is ownership. Cultivate responsibility for your results. Reflect at the end of the day by asking, did I do my best to? I got that idea from Marshall Goldsmith's book. No? And when you ask yourself, did I do my best to fast? Did I do my best to count my carbs? It forces you to do your best. Your reflection builds, finally, resilience. Sean Aker was right. Setbacks are really local, only happening in this situation, and temporary, only happening right now. Don't generalize it or you'll be discouraged. Share lessons learned with 2 or 3 others. Sharing your story makes you own it. That's Brene Brown. Huh? Listening to another person's story cultivates empathy and strengthens your relationship. I hope we can also encourage some of you to become a coach. Help us encourage your family and friends to embark on their fitness journey as well. You will be equipped to assume your leadership role. Now, Simon Sinek said, leadership is not a license to do less, but a responsibility actually to do more. Final thoughts. Change that changes that help your journey to optimal health actually happens first with a growth mindset. Okay? Multiple factors contribute to our problems in health. So we really need to look at integrated solutions. A holistic fitness program integrates the health of the mind, body, and spirit. Then we manage goals by numbers. We note baseline, and we also note progress. We also note patterns we find in these numbers. Our goal is our personal best for each week. And finally, we cultivate discipline for new habits and an attitude of accountability to our coach and a few friends or our comrades. I'm really grateful to CCG for allowing me to work with these ideas with you tonight. I have learned a lot reflecting on my fitness journey since 2016. I hope tonight will encourage you to share your ideas and insights at the breakout room. Help your friends remember more than mind games. May your fitness journey also reflect your personal best in the weeks to come. I give you back to our MC. God bless.
Thank you so much, Romina, and we really appreciate how interactive your talk is. I know there's just so much we can do on Zoom, but you put in the extra effort to make sure that everybody gets to play along. So thank you so much, Romina. And I think the thank yous are coming in as well. Wow. Salamat po, says Roel. And so do the others. Okay, well, we have a few minutes if anyone would like to ask Romina any questions. We're opening the floor. You can type it on the chat box, and then we'll just have to read it out. And okay, Ian has a question, Romina. Have you ever encountered case examples of patients when their mental health was really only physiological? Can you share any cases with significant improvements through nutritional supplementation?
I can share, I cannot remove the other interventions, no? Because when I help vulnerable children, there is a mental fitness concern almost always, especially before when I was working with abandoned children and orphans. But I do know that once we can help the child uh, get some needed nourishment, now when the diet has improved, when we can give them the much needed protein and also supplements, overall it helps. Overall it helps. But the thing about intervention, I don't I don't tell them that okay, control is only diet and set B is only supplements and set C is only therapy. We really have to do all together. Yeah. I do notice that the older kids, especially those suffering from ADHD and ADD, they notice that they can remember and they can learn better when they are on omega and on B vitamins. That's why I know it really helps. That's what they're saying, the kids. And in my case, I try to fight aging by supplementing a lot and trying to keep a healthy attitude. So it's really all of that. Yes, B vitamins, iron. So that's why double X is very important because it has complete B vitamins.
Right. Thank you so much, Romina. And thanks, Ian, again for that curious question. Does anyone have any? Okay, let's read. How has the pandemic affected children's learning? This is from Chad and Jovi De Loreto from Cavite.
A lot. I don't want to open this Pandora's box, but if I will answer it with a few sentences, the first change is they have to learn at home. The most obvious problem or challenge, if you would call it. They now have to share workspace with their parent, and it has become the parents' responsibility to be the hands of the teacher. So there's a dynamic there that has affected regarding discipline and the quality of work. Sometimes we have observed that parents help more because they mean well, they want good grades, but they end up doing the work. And the child learns to depend too much. So it's for a teacher, it's harder for us to encourage the child to express independent learning. But somebody like me, whose work is really looking at how a child learns, it has also opened a venue for me to force the child to use the device because they have to see me online as well. They're learning to use tutorial videos. They're learning to use the search engines. They're learning to do that. Did it help them nutritionally? The pandemic did it. Now, most of my kids really expanded. Now, the waistline has reached over 40 inches. It's terrible. And the mood swings have gotten worse. So nutrition really plays a big role. Have I helped some kids shed a few of those pounds? Yes. And protein helps a lot. I realized that when you feed the child healthy fat and healthy protein, they eat less sugar. No? So they're not eating a lot of carbs and they're shedding some pounds. Good thing kids are resilient and hopefully their pancreas are still healthy and the liver, we can switch back. No? We can help them heal, hopefully before they attend class. Yeah.
Right. Thanks so much, Romina. And she is speaking from personal experience. For any parents in the room, you might be also having similar experiences. And that's why it's very important to not overlook nutrition. Okay.
It's easy to feed them sugar and make them watch their
Right. The easy way out is just to feed them whatever they're craving for, right? Yeah, what they want, but what children want and what's good for them aren't necessarily the same thing. So speaking of nutrition, we'd like to share a few videos about tonight's sponsor, which is Nutrilite. Nutrilite, again, is the world's largest and oldest brand of supplements. And they have children's nutrition, weight management, uh, also many targeted nutritional supplements like joint health, women's health, memory, energy, like some of the people have been mentioning. So we have several videos, and then we'll just get back to you afterwards.
My name is Katie Troop, and I'm a nutrition scientist. No matter where you're from or what your age is, everybody has the same nutritional needs. Foundational nutrition starts with macronutrients, your proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. And then you have your micronutrients, which is your vitamins and minerals, and phytonutrients, which are nutrients from plants. If you take the analogy of a house, imagine that proteins are the bricks, the building blocks of the house. They help us grow and repair ourselves. Vitamins and minerals are the mortar working with the bricks. They perform hundreds of roles in the body that help sustain life, and they help us create a really strong foundation. Phytonutrients help protect the integrity of the bricks and mortar. Omega-3 fatty acids help maintain the house's electricity and plumbing so they continue to work smoothly. They help support the health of our nervous and cardiovascular systems. If you're not eating enough of these essential nutrients, then your body can be weakened. That's why Nutrilite offers a foundational trio of products that are beneficial to everyone. To get the recommended amount of protein in your diet, Nutrilite does offer a plant protein powder, which you can add to any meal, and it provides a complete protein source from nature. The best source of omega-3 fatty acids are fatty fish. But if you're not getting enough fish in your diet, Nutrilite Stamina Omega is a good way to get a better balance of omega-3s in your body. Most people don't get the recommended 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, so then they're likely not getting enough of the essential vitamins and minerals and phytonutrients that they need either. Nutrilite multivitamins provide a wide range of essential vitamins and minerals and plant concentrates from the phytonutrient spectrum. So when you can't get the variety of nutrition that you need, the Nutrilite Foundational Trio is a good way to help fill those gaps in your diet.
Okay, so if you want to learn more about Nutrilite, you can actually get back to the friend who invited you, and they can actually help you access Nutrilite at wholesale, and it can be delivered nationwide. So you won't be able to find it on typical retail outlets. It's exclusive to our partnerships here at Syzygy. So let me just check if, okay, all right. So I just want to thank again Romina for sharing a bit of her time and experience with us. Maraming salamat. And also for those who are asking questions. This is actually an ongoing series of health talks. So if you found value tonight, you can always get back to the friend who invited you. You can also join us again next Sunday. Syzygy also believes in optimal life. So health is one aspect to that. Another important aspect, I think, which we can all agree in, is financial health, financial wellness. That is very, very important. And so we would like to invite you to also learn more about Syzygy's Optimal Wealth program. Our next overview will actually be tomorrow evening at 8:00 p.m. We call this bouncing forward because the world has changed so much. There's no way that we can return to the way things were before. We can just bounce forward. We're going to talk about a unique business platform that professionals are using to diversify, to start a business, to create extra income. So join us tomorrow night at 8:00 p.m. The Zoom link is there. If you also want to follow us on Facebook Live, you can look us up at SyzygyPH, also on Instagram. But most importantly is the friend who shared this with you. Again, thank you, Romina, and we are happy that you could all join us for another session. We have breakout rooms for those who stick around, but at least for now, I want to greet all of you a blessed, happy Easter, and a great start to the new week. This has been Ryan Fernandez for Syzygy Optimal Health. Have a great evening, guys, and good night.